The U.S. women's team, led by Olympic hopefuls Kirsten Maloney and Vanessa Atler, compete against teams from China and Romania. Now, since the taping of this program, Romanian head coach Octavian Belu announced his intention to leave Romania's gymnastics program. Belu has coached that team since 1990. He led Romania to 3 World Championship team titles, an Olympic silver in 1992, and a bronze in 96. Time now to join Al Troutwig and the NBC gymnastics team.
This has been the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
These are the young, proud female gymnasts of Romania arriving in Knoxville, Tennessee. The hardship of their life at home has unfortunately followed them every step of the way on a long trip. Muscles have been torn, knees twisted, hopes dashed. They watched it all unfold, and they will press on and compete. That is their life's decision. But it isn't always fun. The team from China has taken, in contrast, a relaxed, happy journey. With these young women presenting a smiling face in the gym, the hotel lobby, and towards the specter of pressure in which they perform. The depth of their country's gymnasts says, perform or be gone. The Americans hope they're moving on up again with an identity of their own that still has a similarity to the Olympic gold greatness of Atlanta's magnificent 7. That chance to do it again comes soon. In the mystical year 2000, it's Sydney, Australia, and all these athletes want is that opportunity when the Olympics are held here. Well, they have to earn it. Today, 3 countries have sent some of their precious to the rolling hills of Tennessee. Their youthful dreams cross all borders of country, all barriers of language, and everyone has devoted themselves to the passion of gymnastics. And all of them want to show us how far they've come and how far they can go. These are the 1998 International Team Gymnastics Championships. The place, Thompson Bowling Arena on the campus of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. It's the United States versus Romania and China. The competition includes 6 athletes per team. 5 compete on each of the apparatus. 4 scores count. We'll start things off as warm-ups move along here with the Americans' Kristen Maloney from outside Allentown, a surprise top American finisher at the recent American Cup. The best American may be Vanessa Atler from California, but she's been stumbling on the uneven bars. Meanwhile, the Chinese come in deep as always. Ling Ji, a junior a year ago, now has moved up to the senior division, looking forward to the Sydney Olympic Games. To say that the trip for the Romanian team has been difficult is a vast understatement. That's Octavian Belu, who has been forced to press into service one of the junior members of his team, Andreea Isarescu, 13 years of age. Now, in all the paperwork, she is listed as a senior. Obviously, she is not because of her birth date. No protest filed by the Chinese or the Americans. The cause? Alexander Drobrescu. 2 days ago, in training for this event, she hyperextended her knee, and this morning it was decided that she was not able to compete. This is nothing compared to the nightmare that Belu and Mariana Batang, the coaches of the Romanian team, suffered. Between now and the American Cup, they traveled to Caracas, Venezuela to train. There, Toma Predato, Deputy Secretary General of the delegation, 49 and father of 2, was accosted by 2 men and shot by one for the money he carried. As of this event, he remains hospitalized and partially paralyzed. And you know that this hangs like a dark, vicious cloud of reality over this Romanian team. Meanwhile, the event moves along, and for the United States, this is Christy Powell, now 18, but pretty sharp. She graduated high school while living alone in Cincinnati at the age of 16, where she's trained by Mary Lee Tracy. And her mission here has got to be, Elfie Schlegel, to overcome what was a disastrous American Cup in Fort Worth.
But this is a strong event for Christy. She is co-national champion with Vanessa Atler. One of her strengths right here on the vault.
Nice.
Beautiful power. You saw that, just a little bit too much rotation in the air.
Good body position, but remember, it's 1 step and back instead of a step. This time, same big vault, same smooth rhythm, just be ready to land, all right? Good job.
That's her coach, Mary Lee Tracy. What's she talking about?
Well, basically what she's talking about is this is a blind landing. Christy does not know where the landing is coming in. She has to stay stretched in the air as long as possible. What Mary Lee said is 1 step. That's a deduction. You've got to stick.
Go, Chris.
She's actually planning a much more difficult vault this time. She did only a half twisting Yurchenko. She'll add another full twist to this vault, so it's even more difficult than the landing. A little bit more critical.
Eyes on the board. That's the voice of Steve Rybacki, another American coach.
All right, good job, Chris. Good job. You know what? You made them. They were confident looking. They were good, but you need to land, right? I mean, but you know what? I'm proud of you because you went after them. There were no bizarre things you hit, and that was, you know what I mean? That's a big accomplishment right now.
Well, you know, the vaulting rules have changed. They have to average both vaults, which makes it more difficult today. Christy's going to take a huge deduction on that landing, even though it was a more difficult vault.
9.5 on vault 2. The average is 9.462. Now it's the Romanians' turn. And they want to get Andrea Esarescu, all 13 years of age of her, off to a great start. Her stomach has got to be flipping.
Well, we were talking to Octavian Bellew about this young lady. He goes, very, very interesting gymnast. He says, basically, physically, she's got everything. She's talented, but there's tons of work to be done. She's only been in Deva for a couple of months. He says, right now, she has absolutely no international experience, so this is a huge step.
Romanians on the unevens. Chinese to come on the balance beam.
Got great knees and toes, beautiful body line.
I think one of the Romanian strengths is that they really don't have one strong event. They're consistent throughout all 4 apparatus.
Clean routine here, just the dismount remaining. Double layout, beautiful. Fight for that landing.
Well, you know, the Romanians have not brought their strongest team, and then with the injury of Dobrescu, this young lady really did do her job. What a tough position to start the team off as strongly as she did. Beautiful double layout dismount, and nails the landing. That's valuable experience right there.
It makes the coach proud. Andrea Esarescu, a score of 9.65. In this competition with these start values and under the new rules where you may not get a 10 even if you hit every element that you plan to hit, that's an extremely good score.
Hi, well, that's good.
Claudia Presicon of Romania.
Claudia was here last year at the International Team Championship that took place in Cincinnati. A very experienced team member. She's been to 3 World Championships, and Octavian Bellew sums her up in 3 words: experience, dedication, and concentration.
That's a gigantic mistake.
And I was just about to say she was covering up well, except she has major form breaks. It's basically like a fall.
So unusual. Not only just Romanian gymnasts don't make mistakes like this, but as Elfie said, at the top of her routine, she's the veteran of this squad. She has the most experience. Just a little bit off balance. Does a release skill. Things are going fine. Doesn't have quite enough energy to get over the bar, falls the wrong way.
Has to improvise very, very quickly, but unfortunately takes major deductions in these elements, which are big form errors. You know, Octavian was saying that if he was in a crunch situation and needed the big score, this would be his athlete he'd put up last.
Lowest score we've seen so far, 9.075. And now our first look at the Chinese and Ling Ji, 15 years of age. How did she get that black eye?
Actually, a fall from one of the apparatus just smacked herself a little bit on the balance beam, and that is a place that, believe it or not, in my opinion,